on DC News Now. The National Guard troops in DC could be marching home. What families are saying about the potential end to the 2,000 extra boots on the ground. A sweet reunion inside a DC jail. Some families getting a rare moment to celebrate Thanksgiving together.
After a couple of gloomy days, rain showers are returning on Friday. We'll time out when you should be ready for this wet weather.
How to deck the hall on a budget. We're helping you stretch your dollar on holiday decor.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. Developing tonight, a federal judge ordering the Trump administration to end the National Guard deployment in D.C.
The latest ruling says President Trump's takeover illegally intruded on local officials' authority to direct police. The Attorney General for D.C. now calling for all troops to be sent home.
Does that mean the end to the 2,100 troops currently here?
Yeah, DC News Now's Ben Dennis joining us live tonight. So, Ben, what are families and visitors set to see here in the district?
Well, they have a lot to say. While the ruling does give the White House some time to respond to this appeal, 21 days, 3 weeks, right now, folks who have long opposed the Guard from patrolling D.C. streets are happy with the judge's decision, saying it's a win.
Should they stay or should they go?
At least the National Guard should be getting out of here.
I think it was totally overkill.
A federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to retreat and end the ongoing deployment of National Guard troops to fight crime.
Probably the visual presence of them everywhere might have been somewhat of a deterrent.
For months, D.C. residents and visitors have shared the sidewalks with troops.
I think it's tremendous overreach. And I'm Republican, but I'm purple. I'm a purple person.
As of Thursday morning, the Army said 2,190 troops remained in the district. Nearly 1,300 are from 7 different states. The order from U.S. District Judge Gia Cobb said the Guard deployment illegally intrudes on local officials' authority to direct police in D.C. However, Judge Cobb put her order on hold for 3 weeks to allow the White House to appeal. As for D.C. residents short term, are residents really going to see that much of a difference?
The order is stayed, but we have seen in other contexts, for instance, in Illinois and in Oregon, that sometimes the president has pulled back on the use of the National Guard in response to adverse court decisions.
George Washington University law professor Paul Berman.
It is possible, I suppose, that the president will not appeal and will instead move the National Guard troops out of the district, particularly since he thinks that crime is now down.
There's certain parts of D.C. we all know are not quite as safe, but D.C. is safe.
Still no word, though, if the White House may ultimately file an appeal or if they'll do this at all. I did reach out to the mayor's office earlier tonight for comment. We're waiting a response. In Northwest D.C., Ben Dennis, back to you.
All right, Ben, with that update, thank you. Meanwhile, let's get a first check on the weather now. Meteorologist Damon Matson in for Jackie tonight.
I know. And Damon, we are officially into the Friday era with, being Baby Friday.
Yep.
There's a big weekend and then the holiday next week, so no pressure, but a lot of people are listening to what you have to say.
A lot to look forward to, and I feel the pressure. I understand, and hopefully we can just get everybody prepared for what's to come, no matter what. And let's talk about it. And for the most part here, it's been all about the gray, gloomy conditions that have been pretty consistent for the last couple of days. Today was no exception to that, as clouds hung around throughout the entire day, and they're still here as we head into the overnight hours. But despite how gray it's been, no rainfall has occurred yet, but we are expecting that to change too heading toward the weekend. Now, mixing in with those clouds out there, we have some fog. Now, over the last hour, it hasn't changed all that much, with the visibility numbers lower to the north and west of D.C., especially across western Maryland into the eastern Panhandle. Right along the mountains is where that fog is the most dense. We don't have any of that quite yet in D.C., but it is something we are going to watch out for as we head into your Friday morning, and it's something you'll just have to take note of. You could run into some of that fog that does build up, and that could slow you down just a little bit, but we're still not expecting any rainfall as we start out on your Friday morning. When, though, should we be ready to pull the umbrellas back out tomorrow and Are we looking at more wet weather as we approach into the Thanksgiving holiday, or at least in the days leading up to that? We'll have a full look at your forecast with those answers coming up here in just a bit.
Damon, thank you. Now to some disturbing allegations in Maryland. A Hyattsville police officer accused of raping a child.
DC News Now's Tim Reed has more details on the investigation tonight from county leaders.
I'm here at the Hyattsville Police Department, where Corporal Jonathan Monhay has worked for 5 years. Today I spoke to Prince George's County Councilwoman Juanica Fisher, who tells us these allegations are troubling.
But when people abuse their badge, they have to be held accountable.
The charges against Corporal Jonathan Monhay include sex abuse against a child and rape. Hyattsville is part of Councilwoman Fisher's district and calls the allegations against the officer a stain on the department.
But officers are there to protect and serve, not manipulate and abuse. And I know that our justice system will find out exactly what happened and what the appropriate action should be.
The state's attorney says because of the child's age and the allegations, no additional details are being released. The Hyattsville Police Department is conducting an internal investigation. Juanica Fisher says the officer will have his day in court and has this message for her community.
Sexual assault and rape is never tolerated here in Prince George's County. But to have it happen to a minor who's a protected class in person, it's a level of abuse and disgust that I can't even imagine. And I know that that family will need our support, our prayers.
The police department tells us the officer has been placed on administrative leave without pay. In Hyattsville, Maryland, Tim Reed, DC News Now.
Meanwhile, long lines in D.C. with people waiting for hours to apply for emergency rental assistance, all because a federal agency no longer accepting online applications.
So the process became so chaotic that police were called to manage the crowds out there. The Department of Human Services says that people need to apply for the ERAP program in person so they can verify eligibility and better manage the limited funding. But the families gathered, calling the system disorganized, leaving seniors, families with small children, and people with disabilities just waiting out there for hours. Advocates saying that the shrink in funding has only made this housing crisis even worse.
Shut down the internet so we can't get through just to stay in the line to get an appointment, and my rent is due.
This emergency rental assistance is for family already struggling with so many hardships. They already live 40% under the median income and recently lost their job.
Well, developing now at 9, an emotional reunion inside a D.C. jail. Parents who are serving time getting a meal with their kids.
We're talking about dozens of families getting this night to celebrate Thanksgiving together. D.C. News Now's Yamri Sase invited inside for the holiday festivities.
Yeah, well, the D.C. Department of Corrections opened their doors to a different type of Thanksgiving. 40 incarcerated parents got the chance to enjoy a hot meal with their loved ones. The goal, to strengthen family connections.
It's very overwhelming. It's actually really grateful. I'm very grateful for it.
Inside the D.C. Department of Corrections, joy was written on every face as families reunited for the first Thanksgiving on the inside.
We don't have contact visits no more, so actually just to see a person when you actually being here is amazing.
For Robert Spriggs, just being close to his daughter again meant everything.
I haven't been able to hug my daughter, so that was like very heartwarming. It's also bittersweet due to the situation, but overall, I'm definitely grateful.
The event gave incarcerated parents a chance to share a meal, a hug, and real time together.
It just do my heart good to see these families happy.
And that's thanks to Corey Knight's Hope Foundation Reentry Network, an 8-week parenting program to become more present, patient, and prepared.
It's important that they learn how to communicate. They learn how to be themselves, right, when talking to their children.
The one thing that it did emphasize was, like just putting the time in. No matter your situation, no matter your status, the time is really what, builds that whole family connection.
For Spriggs, after more than a year, today gave him something real to hold on to.
Just definitely something to look forward to, something to keep me on the right track once everything is over and settled with.
For Khalil Felder, who's been incarcerated for nearly 2 years, he says moments like this matter most, especially this time of the year.
Just having somebody to write you, answer a phone call, is real vital during this time, especially on holiday season.
Well, DOC says they hope these type of events reduce recidivism and also help parents transition once they get out. We're now reporting in Southeast, I'm Yamar Sase, DC News Now.
New express lanes on the Capitol Beltway in Northern Virginia will open Saturday ahead of the busy holiday travel rush. VDOT says a major construction project connects with existing lanes near the Dulles Corridor interchange and extends north to the GW Parkway before the American Legion Bridge into Maryland. The 2.5 miles express lanes go in both directions.
Crews will be working on several metro lines this weekend, so just plan ahead. There will be delays. WMATA says they'll be doing track maintenance on Saturday and Sunday for the green, yellow, orange, and silver lines. It means you'll be waiting longer for your train. Crews are also working on platform lighting over on the orange and silver lines. So hopefully you're on the red or blue lines this weekend because they're all running on a normal schedule.
Coming up on DC News Now at 9, the Capitol Christmas tree touching down at Joint Base Andrews. What made its cross-country trip so memorable?
The pews at the National Cathedral filled with global leaders, how they're remembering former Vice President Dick Cheney.
And ahead at 9:30, the ongoing saga continues for the wrongly deported Maryland father. A hearing on where immigration officials plan to move Kilmar Abrego Garcia.